So before we begin, just sound check. And do we have anything? Hello? So good evening everyone, this time with sound, and we get back to the ATST for the Shatterpoint. So I'm still working on the Shatterpoint core set. I did some minis, the bases, and some buildings. And while doing that, here is a building here, one of these. I went for the snow theme, but I was thinking, okay, the game is nice. I love the theme, but it would be cool to have some vehicles there. I understand it would be hard to have vehicles with rules in this size. When you look at the size of the terrain, it will be hard to make them playable. As a terrain, they will be probably quite expensive and not really justifiable. So I know there's one, I think, piece of terrain with a crashed land speeder, but I came across 1-48 ATST plastic model kit by Bandai, and I did some, measuring on photos whether it will fit the scale. Not perfectly for sure. This is Chewie from this set, and if you consider he would be standing straight, they will be more or less very close to each other. Chewie should be, I think, a bit higher, so it will not be perfect, especially when you look at the size of the chairs inside the cabin, but I think it will be good enough, and I think it will be a nice addition to make it a part of the terrain with, some, I was thinking of using some of these higher parts with the ladders to make it like, waiting to be embarked, like, in some, like a parked ATST. And what is important, what I was talking a lot during the previous stream, which had no audio, unfortunately, is how perfect is this model. I mean, it's made in Japan. It's on every step very well thought of. So starting with the instruction manuals, that every sprue has a ladder apart from part number, so it's really easy to navigate in the manual. But as you can see, the gates in the sprue are very thinly attached to the part. So when you have, I mean, I don't have nice clippers, but they are enough. When you cut the part, you almost have nothing left of the gate on the part. There are no really mold lines to remove on the parts that have like visible sides. If it's not visible, they don't really care that much, but it's push fit. It's wonderful. I mean, it's really, even, very difficult parts with all these cables, it requires attention. It takes a little time, but it is not frustrating like with many models that you make with glue. So it's really great. You will see. So I have this part of the whole made and one leg, and then now we move to the other leg. I will put these away, and then I'll take care of the second leg. Yeah. So the only thing that it's a bit maybe not frustrating, but the fact that you have to browse through many sprues. So for example, one leg have parts from sprue A, B, D2, and yeah, so 3 sprues you have to like navigate. So I mean, not the worst thing in the world. It makes things a bit easier because parts are not numbered continuously, they are numbered within the sprue. So some things just repeat themselves, and you know, it's to some extent maybe easier. So yeah, but all in all, this thing is a delight to build. So yeah, I mean, cutting cutting it from the gates to assembling, I mean, it's all so smooth. The instruction manual is really detailed. It shows you every, like every place you can make a mistake, it's like ahead of you, and it's showing you how to avoid that, what to consider. It's really, I highly recommend for the experience itself. I mean, there was quite a lot of YouTubers, I mean Warhammer YouTubers, making videos about Gundam sets, and I really do get that. I mean, it's they were talking a lot about how nice it is to build them, how many parts you get. I took the wrong part. How many parts you get for the price. And while I understand that probably for many people, Warhammer is not like, it's not building models that gets you there. That it's not like a favorite activity, the favorite part of the of building Warhammer. I mean, of generally getting your minis and models to the table in Warhammer is not building. It's not gluing it together. But nevertheless, I mean, I think here the fact it is made in Japan makes a huge difference. It's like they really take care of every part of the process, and they guide you, like, you know, step by step. Oh, here I went a bit ahead of myself, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's really I mean, it's shocking how detailed this model is, considering it's push fit. I did the Blackstone Fortress Warhammer Quest was push fit miniatures. Of course, miniatures is a whole other story, because I think when you have vehicles, you have, to some extent, it's easier to find like natural ways to make the push fit model fit together pretty seamlessly. It's much more difficult with miniatures. You have more parts that are not that easy to use to hide the seams. So I'm not saying that it's you know, G-Dubs is doing a bad job about in how they design push fit miniatures. But even compared to gluing the Shatterpoint miniatures, especially the battle droids, I've been rambling about it quite a lot in this on the stream when I was putting them together. It really was not a pleasure, and I understand they are just difficult models to design, but I think, yeah, it was not great. Even though it was with glue, right? It was not just push fit, because you could assume to push fit you need like it's a whole different philosophy of designing joints and but again, I mean, here I have a feeling that someone is not only thinking about how to place this model well on a sprue, and you know, it's like every step is thought of in advance and prepared to make really, really great experience out of it. So if you have never tried a made in Japan push fit model, I strongly recommend. There are also cars from Aoshima. I recently bought one for my godson. It's really, really nice experience to build them. Make yourself a favor and try one if you have a chance, because yeah, it's, I mean, it also shows you I mean, to some extent, maybe you shouldn't, because the problem with such things is that you see how it could be done, and then other stuff just pales in comparison. So because you remember the possibilities that are there, that it is possible to do it other way, better way, and yeah. There are also some really nice other models from Bandai from the Star Wars series, but in other scales. So you have even, I think, Death Star and Imperial Destroyer, but they are like, of course, different scale, still pretty humongous and rather expensive. So, but this one is not really expensive, and it's really, really nice model, and it's, and if you like assembling, building models, it's something really, really enjoyable. I mean, yeah. So, okay, this is B. Yeah, a bit juggling between the sprues. But yeah, highly recommended experience. So I was wondering if maybe anyone also tried using this model in Shatterpoint, and maybe created some, you know, house rules for using it in game. I think it would be crazy, because I think there are no vehicles in Shatterpoint, like playable vehicles, and I haven't played that game yet, so I only seen cards, and that there are some like skill trees there and that stuff. I'm not a fan of like heavy card use in game, not only like as cards, but references. Okay, yeah, this is this weird like finger for that. That is in the front. So yeah, okay, this goes this side, pops in here, covers with that. Yep. So we have the feet here. Oh, okay, and this goes in here, and this goes on top. So we have like the first two segments of the leg. Oh, okay, this didn't fit properly yet. Okay, yeah. So we have leg with this weird like claw, and then we can go further with the this. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, now comes like a really weird part. I will show you in a moment, but yeah. So yeah, maybe someone somewhere cooked some house rules for using this cool model in Shatterpoint, and and shared it on Reddit or somewhere. Um, I will check that definitely when I finish it. But still, I think I will incorporate it as part of terrain. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, here I need to do some cleaning. Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. Sound not so great. Still don't know why, because I'm trying to make it. Um, yeah. Okay. So carrying on. Yeah, some cleaning needed here. Again, even if you're not, I mean, if you like building models, or you are generally in this hobby of, you know, war games, miniatures, and stuff, and you have never, uh, um, you should try building a simple Gundam, or like any made in Japan snap fit model kit. I think it might be pretty enjoyable, and really nice experience. Just to see what other options are there, because you know it's not only Warhammer, it's not only G-dubs, and yeah. Okay, and okay, this part. I'm also really amazed by the amount of detail that is incorporated in this model. I mean, I know that generally there are a lot of publications that describe in detail the all the vehicles, starships, and everything from Star Wars, but and the that the lore is pretty expensive. However, I'm still amazed by the amount of, like, let's say, technical detail that is incorporated in this model, that makes it, you know, look real, let's say. Okay, and here we have like crazy little parts, but still they are easy to cut out. They have like undergates, or how they call that, and this goes on the small pin here. Yeah. They even have like a texture on the sides. I'm sure you can't really see that, but yeah, some cleaning. Okay, and now it's the time to finish the leg. Okay. Three. Yeah. Okay, and now I need more of these little circles. And okay, 1 and 2. That is really weird small detail, but I suppose, I mean, maybe it serves something more than just like visual aspects, but something about limiting movement of the legs or something, um, I suppose. Okay, so now we put one of these little guys here and another one here. No, almost run away. Yeah, okay. And yeah, this goes here. Yeah, this goes here. Cover that. So yeah, that's the second leg done, more or less. I think something is not right here. Something is not fully right here. Okay. Yeah, more or less. Okay. And this should go here. Another plug for this joint. Okay. Yeah, and in a moment to the last segment of this leg, and we'll be able to attach them to the like the main plate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now just the last parts to create an attachment for this leg to the main plate of the walker, and we'll be done with the legs. Move to the hole. Okay. Yeah. 11 A. A5. And maybe there are other models that are possible for use in Shatterpoint in terms of like similar scale. I'm not aware of them at the moment. I've been browsing a bit to find some, but you know, I may have missed something. I was also a bit, surprised that it's. I mean, the range, in terms of model kits, I've only found this Bandai, or it's distributed by Revel in Europe, I think. But still, I was a bit shocked that that there aren't like more. It seems to be an extremely popular universe, so why not make more models? I mean, I understand, especially with all these new parts, movies. You have quite a lot of possibilities to add to the range. It's not, you know, it's not limited in any way. Okay, so now we add the joint here. Yeah, and knee plate, or however you can call it. I don't know which joint in this leg like corresponds to. I mean, it's a walker, but I think these legs are not modeled after human legs. So yeah, yeah, this goes here. Now we have two legs that we can attach to this base. So one goes here, and the other one goes here. Yes, something is not going fully inside. Maybe it shouldn't. Oh, okay, now I see. It goes for a lock. Okay, now it's locked. So it can be in like two positions. Oh no, it should be in one position, okay. They both should go a bit down, yeah. So we have ourselves a nice legs for the walker. And now it's only about positioning them so that it will stand right. But for some reason I can't make them in the same position. Okay. Yep. Oh, it should. Okay, it may not hold now, I think. Maybe not balanced yet without the hole, or I did something wrong. That is also fully possible. I screwed something up here. So yeah. Okay, this goes in here. Yeah, looks funny. Okay, so now we have a nice chicken legs, and we can move on. I need to do some maintenance here. Yeah, we can move on to the final part, so the cabin, you could say. The cabin with the pilots. I won't be putting pilots in because it's waiting for them, right? It's not ready to go. Yeah. Oh no, it's not the last step. I got really ahead of myself. Okay, so the chairs. First part of the cabin, and then the walls. C2. Okay, they are here. Yeah. That's something I will probably want to, I don't know yet, but maybe paint before putting all together, because it will be difficult to do it later. if I put it together now, it will be hard to get back and paint the details in the cabin. Away. And yeah, so this goes in here. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. Okay, some things I can still attach because they are not gonna obstruct my view of the inside of the cabin. Now this support for rotation and 27, the base. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this goes in here, right, and this goes on top somehow. Okay, yeah, and now the back of the cabin. So the backs go here. This way, okay. Yeah, and now we have some details for the sides and the front. So the front gets some additional panels, control panels, and this iconic front armor we all remember. This needs a little bit more of cleaning. Here, here, make it look nice. Maybe we'll add some battle damage later. Okay, so yeah, this this cockpit goes here. Cockpit part aligns with the windows in the front, and normally I would attach it, but I won't because I want to keep access to the inside. I will add the side panels and carry on as much as I can do without attaching the front armor, so that I can continue. I can paint the inside later without stopping the build now. Yeah, okay. So these go to the sides. A little bit of cleanup. Okay, and yeah, yeah, I can build pretty much, I think, almost everything without having to close the inside now. Although I see now also that it won't be as much visible as I initially thought. I will have to think whether I want to leave the inside visible or not through this open front windows, because it may give out too much about the scale difference. So maybe better for like immersion to leave it without access to the inside. Yeah, okay. And okay, now the top part. Now the top part. So yeah, you can either have two pilots inside, or you can have a Wookiee standing up from the top door. I won't go for any of these options because I don't want to give away the the scale difference. So I won't include the minis from the set, but I still hope it will look okay with next to the minis from the Shatterpoint and to the terrain pieces. I will have to make legs as straight as possible to make it look as tall as possible. Okay, yeah. So this goes in here. This is the vent. This is the vent on the back, and now, okay, C13. So now the hatch, the top hatch. Top hatch and a railing. Yeah, I'm wondering how it will look when it's like full tall next to the minis. I really do hope it will look nice. If not, I will be left with a nice model. It's not the worst that can happen. Yeah, okay, and I can keep working on this without attaching it. So C224. I often get these ideas to add some lights. Here it will be also nice to add some lights in the cockpits to make it visible from the outside that there are some lights inside, but I will think about it if I can fit something. There's plenty of space to fit some batteries and wiring, and just add some really small LEDs to just give this ambience that there's some computers working and some status lights on inside. Yeah, but we will see if I will pull the trigger on that idea, because yeah, it can always get pretty complicated compared to the effect that you get. So yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, this looks nice. Okay, so with these two up. Okay, and this goes like this, and this goes here on the side. Yeah, and this will be when the side sponsons are attached. And now the other side of the front armor, or the cockpit or cabin, or however you want to call that. Yep, this goes like this. Now on the side of the front armor. Yeah. Okay, looks good. Now, some more cables that go underneath the cockpit. Okay. I'm still amazed how well these cables are made, and how easy it is to cut them away from the sprue, how easy it is to attach them. I mean, sometimes when you have really fragile parts, even cutting them away from the sprue can, damage them, because there are some tensions in the sprue, and if you cut them in the wrong order, or just do it a bit in the wrong order, if you don't like cut some parts of the sprue around it beforehand, it may just snap. And I didn't have a single part snap here, and there are some really brittle and fragile parts. So I'm really amazed. So now I have some decisions to make. Of course, I'm not using glue here, so they are not like fixed, but I have to decide about the top hatch and the front windows, whether they are open or not. For now, I will go for the open ones. I hope it will look better this way. I mean, that the peak inside won't spoil the scale. If it will, then unfortunately I will have to close it all. But for now, I'm keeping it open. It seems more fun this way. It's always cool to be able to pick inside some vehicle or building. So Yeah, as far as I understand Shatterpoint buildings are rather close. Like they are like full, it's like solid, so you can't really pick inside. This goes in here. Yeah, and now we go for the front main twin linked turret. So yeah, that's an interesting part, to be honest. And they even include scenic bays, they call that, and laser beams. Pew pew. That's pretty cool. Uh, Although I'm not really planning to to use them because they don't really fit, I think. So yeah, I don't think there are like open buildings in Shatterpoint. Again, I understand that in this scale, the amount of detail gets tricky. I think it's really difficult to make interesting model of this scale and not make it like a bit dull. I mean, I'm talking about buildings and possibly vehicles. You know, the amount of detail, the like the insides. It's a whole. I mean, it's quite a lot, and yeah. I mean, it's a different kind of design also from designing the miniatures and designing buildings and stuff. It's a whole different story. So yeah. Okay, now we need the what? Okay, D120, D131. So yeah. Um, 31. Oh, that is a really small part. Yeah, and it snapped from the sprue, but it did not snap itself. So that's, again, I'm really, really amazed by the quality of, and it's not even only quality, it's about how well thought of every step is. It's really, really amazing. Okay, this goes like this. Every I mean, every place when there is something to, there are some errors to be made, it's really broke down into small little steps. And yeah, it's really, really amazing. Okay, D126, and this will be the last part of the turret. Yeah, and it goes like this. This fits here. Oh yeah. And this goes in here. Yeah, so we have a turret. And now the side sponsons. Oh yeah. And this will be the last part, and then I can do some, you know, dry fit and D129. Okay, so the sponsons are different. Yeah, one is like some rockets and stuff, and the other is, I think, like more like sensory stuff, or I don't know. This is 29. Yeah. Lots of different protruding things. I wonder how they were building that at the time of shooting the movies. Okay, so we have this one, we have this one. They go together like this, and this goes what? Oh, okay. It has a slot here. Yeah. I'm also amazed how well, I mean, to make push fit model of this such small parts and make them not fall off after putting them together, you need extremely small tolerances in terms of difference between the hole and the pin that go together. And it's really, I understand there are things that are more complicated than doing this in the world, and it's not like the most complicated thing to do, but still, to achieve that in a toy basically, or a scale model, it's like it's a lot. It's really a lot. Oh, it should protrude like this. Okay. Yeah. D120. So I'm really amazed that you can just push the part in and it stays, even if it's only one small uh, push fit joint. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And I haven't done like scale models for a very long time, so I can't really say what's the state of the art, what's the quality nowadays of models, if it really stands out in any way compared to what is now on the market. But I mean, on the one hand, I don't really care because I just enjoy this one. Probably there is something better, but it's of course a question of whether you're looking for the the like fidelity of the model to the original vehicle or aircraft or whatever. Here, I think it's not the thing. It's it's about the joy of building it. Okay, and this goes in here. Okay, I botched that. This should go this way, and this should go this way, and it can turn. Okay, that's a bit fragile, I would say, but still it holds really well. I have like no doubts. Okay, this one is a bit weird. It's kind of, I don't know, some sensor probably. D127. Yeah, and now this one I have to do really step by step because all these parts are pretty similar, and I don't want to mix them. Okay, so yeah, this little thingy, this goes here. D128. Oh, and I know that if you're a Gundam modeler, I think there is no limit to the amount of money that you can spend on clippers or nippers, or how you call them. I'm using something really cheap. it was added to a 3D printer. So yeah, that's not the Gundam, the Gunpla quality. I do recommend anyone. Uh, yeah, I'm investing in good clippers. It's yeah, and don't cheap out on tools. I mean, I understand there are different situations and stuff, but I recently bought a set of tools and they don't really. I mean, they don't really go together because of this part, and yeah, I mean, it's hard to call it a tool. It's a bit useless. So yeah, side with the groove. Oh, okay. This goes in here, and this goes in here. So we have the sensor or something. Yeah. So now I can make a kind of dry fitting of this all together, and this can go in here. I don't even have to add the front now, but to compare it with the miniature, I think it looks okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it does not look bad, even next to a building. I mean, if you compare the door to the walker, it's not bad. It looks okay for me. I think I won't show it finished because I'm not putting this all together now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the scale of it, and I think it will fit well. So thank you everyone for watching with me. I hope you enjoyed that and you enjoy Star Wars, and it was nice for you to see this classic Walker brought to life in this form, and you can follow my channel to see what I will do with that in terms of painting and adding it as a terrain to the Shatterpoint core set that I'm still working on. Thank you everyone, and hopefully see you again soon.